side-by-side close setup or?
You like this one better? We're live, by the way. You like this one better?
I like that one better. Yeah.
Then there you go. Then
the other one's like zoomed in. I'm not quite ready for my.
This is what happens before the show starts. This kind of stuff. Hey, howdy, hey to you. OCV's in the house. Andy's in the house. Jesse's in the house.
Hi guys.
I'm in the house. That's Lynn. We've got lots of people to say hello to. So you know what? Let's start off with. I'm going to say hello to you. Hello to you, Lynn.
Hi.
Hello to everybody in chat. Hello to TubeBuddy, because you're there. You're out there. Somebody from TubeBuddy, maybe a couple of somebodies are going to pop in at some point. I don't know if they're going to say anything. They're going to watch the replay. I'm predicting. So if I'm right, TubeBuddy, put it in the comments, put it in the chat, because I see you. TubeBuddy's got a sale, 25% off of TubeBuddy. If you haven't already signed up for TubeBuddy, you've been thinking about it, now's the time, okay? TubeBuddy.com/ it's right there. Memorial Day, $A = Dole. I know it's hard. Link in the description. Click the dang description if you want to type all those things. 25% off. And if you're buying for a year, they already give you a big discount. So it's like 40% off or something. So if you're serious about YouTube, you've got to do that. I highly, highly, highly suggest it. I'm on TubeBuddy. You're on TubeBuddy. You can use her her TubeBuddy link if you like her better. I like her better. You should probably do that. But go do that. And hello to YouTube, buddy. I love this sale. It ends tomorrow at midnight Pacific time. So don't wait around. RV and Dizzy, Jackie's in the house.
Hi,
I was just going to say, welcome into the people in green, right? Members? I think they're green. Pretty sure it's green. Thanks for being members of the channel. All of those things. We're here live every Sunday night, God willing and schedules allowed.
Yes.
For Creator Talk Live, where we talk about this thing that is creating on YouTube. Lynn, how's it been going lately? You been creating some fun stuff?
Not as much as I would like to, but I'm working on getting back on the horse and getting my butt in gear. It's just been a little chaotic with work and running and everything else to, life. It's hard sometimes.
So you run 5Ks and get medals and apple pie with your kid. I jump on my Peloton, which is clearly not working because I'm still in oversized shirts. But my daughter, my youngest, is starting to get on the Peloton.
Nice.
She wants to. It's a whole thing. I'll explain it maybe after the show.
Mm-hmm.
She gets off there and she needs to get her butt in gear too because it hurts her butt. And
yeah,
it's the thing. Sorry, all that to say, make a bad butt joke. What's going on in well, so you told me before the show, before we get into Creator Talk, you want to tell the people what you're doing tomorrow? A little inside baseball stuff?
Sure, yeah. I'm running a apple pie 5K tomorrow morning for Memorial Day. It's going to be my first chip timed race. So I'm running for like best in my age bracket. And I wrangled my 17-year-old son to run his first actual race with me. So we're both running for best times. So
I've only run one 5K in my life. You know this, but for anybody who's new in the chat, I ran it with my daughter, who's now 19. She would have been 16 at the time. I don't really remember. And I don't want to lie. Yeah. And right as it's about to start, we're like 4 minutes away from starting. And she's like, Dad, I'm not going to wait for you. I'm just going to go. Right. I'm like, yeah, I mean, you're going to be done like a half hour before me. And a 5K should only be about a half hour, people. So if you're wondering. So anyway, it's a lot of fun, but I'm going to eat tomorrow while you run. How about that?
So, it's my always hungry shirt.
Nice. It's not.
it has a whole meaning. It's not just food. I'm hungry for life. I'm hungry for running. Hungry for all of it. So
I am not a runner. Running is what I was made to do when I was bad on the bus coming home from a football or baseball game. You running people are annoyingly positive. I mean, I love positivity. I love it. But you guys are like on 12 levels higher of.
It's those running endorphins, I'm telling you.
Creator Talk Live, where we talk about how to create on YouTube. Last week, or was it whatever, our last show, I didn't on purpose pick 10 creators that were male. I picked 10 and it turned into 12 or 13 creators that I wanted everybody to know about. Hey, Earth Central. Right. Hey, Southern Medicine. Hey, Passholder Bear. Hey, Dizzy Blog. Wow, everybody popping in all at once.
Hi, guys.
Welcome in, everybody. So glad to see you here. Hey, Jesse, Jeff's personal bully. So I made a list of some of the best channels to go to, in my opinion, to grow on YouTube. We're talking about Nick Nimmin and so many good ones. So much Sean Cannell, and you guys check it's in the link, I'm sure, somewhere. Go to my channel. You can watch the replay. But there was only one lady on the list, and that wasn't on purpose. And so I had it turned into 13. I had a list of 18 or 19, and I had a bunch of ladies who I just didn't make the top 10. It wasn't on purpose. Now, I'm a dad of 4 daughters. Right. But I'm also a hater of people who count, they're yellow, they're purple, they've got pink. I hate all that. So it wasn't on purpose. But then I thought, My co-host is a girl. My daughters are all girls. Heck, my wife's even a girl. And so I thought, let's do we talked about it during the show, and you liked the idea, and I'm excited about this. You want to start on the list, or what else you want to say before we get to the 5, actually 6, 5 plus a bonus? She made a list, I made a list, and now it's 6 because it was pretty close to the same, but not quite. What do you want to say before we get to the list?
I mean, I only added 2 to the list. They're the 2 that I have mainly watched. The fact of the matter is that as far as like big YouTubers go in this genre of creating, it's male dominated.
It is.
And that's just, I mean, that was very clear in our last show 2 weeks ago when we did this. And that's just what it is. But there
you want to talk about why? Why you think? Or your thoughts on it, or I don't know why I said, why do you want to talk about that?
Sure. I mean, we can, but I think that it's just that is something that the guys are going into. And I don't know.
So I thought about this. And so when you go live what time do you go live on Saturday mornings, Lynn, from the Lynn Project?
Every other Saturday at 11 a.m.
And that's called Coffee and Contemplation with another one of my favorite channels. Although Josh wasn't there, he was pretending like he was at work. I think that's code for he went golfing, but that's just me. That's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, she who shall not be named because she can never remember my name, I won't even mention. But other than all that, it's a great show, and it goes on at the same time. So I have a Saturday morning show with my daughter, 9 o'clock our time, 10 o'clock Eastern time. We talk Star Wars stuff. It's with my youngest daughter. It's really, really fun because with my daughter, I love it.
Right.
And then right after that, I go over to your channel, Coffee and Contemplation. Now that it's every other week, sometimes I go there and I'm all lonely because you're not there. But every other week you're there. And I go to Nick Nimmin too, because Nick Nimmin is the top of the top, right. Daryl Eves, Nick Nimmin, D Nimmin. We talked about them all last week. Nick Nimmin goes live from the Philippines, I think once a week on Saturdays for like 6 hours or some dang thing, 8 hours. Maybe it's a long show. It's awesome. Very, very, very good for beginners. If you're a beginner with this YouTube thing and you're not following Nick Nimmin, you're crazy. And if you're doing it on mobile, it being creating, you should be following his brother D Nimmin. Anyway, we talked about them last week. What was I telling you all this for? I think that there are so many great channels out there that they really kind of become your mentor, right?
Right.
Like I like getting selfies. I used to like getting autographs, and I like a lot of the, Facebook Nation or Twitter Nation or Instagram Nation. You like getting the selfies with the famous people. If I could get a selfie with, say, 10 people, it'd be Daryl Eves, be Nick Nimmin, it'd be Sean Cannell, and I don't want to leave him to be out. Check out the list last week.
Yeah.
We're talking about 6 ladies tonight that I want a selfie with. And it's a pretty good group. You want to start? Let's get going. Hey, here for a moment. What's going on?
I'll start. Yeah, I'll start with mine. I can't remember her last name. I sent you the link to her, but that was on my mobile, so I don't have it here. I can search her.
Is it Vanessa?
The Sunny.
Of course you go with the hard one. Sunny. Let's just go with Sunny because her last name is really hard. It starts with an L.
Yeah, I have it somewhere.
Letter DZ or something like that. They canceled the Peachtree Road Race here in Atlanta last year, and it's the Olympic 10K. Oh, wow. Hey, Southern Medicine, what's going on? Wow.
Yeah, there's a couple things in chat you can catch up with while looking for.
I'm gonna air fry some hot dogs, says Earth Central. I said that one for you because that's just funny. Heather Ramirez is good, says Dizzy Blog.
Leonard Doozy.
Yeah, see, I know it, and I'm just not even gonna butcher it. Sunny Leonard
Doozy.
So what do you want to tell us about Sunny? I follow her also.
I just think that she's so authentic in the way that she comes across. And not only does she provide really good, valuable videos and information, and then is just real about the different things that she does and and explains how they've worked for her. So that this might not be the path for you, but this is what I did, and this is how it worked for me. If it could work for you, this is what I did, kind of thing, So it's not telling you do this and you will have success, where a lot of them have that BS, pitchy marketing thing. But she's also an entrepreneur. She also has a successful business. She sells all kinds of stuff, so she's crushing it in all these other ways. But she comes off more authentic than.
So I found her originally on Instagram, and obviously I went over to her YouTube channel from there. She markets the heck out of that Instagram. I can't go on Instagram without getting an ad from Sunny, and that's because I've clicked on her stuff because I interact with her stuff. It's good stuff. I do like her too. And another one,
let me drop the link. This is
another one that's on your list. I don't want to move off Sunny too fast, but it's Vanessa Lau, and I think of them as this kind of this in the same. Well, I like Vanessa. I like Sunny very much. I like Vanessa even more, and I know she's one of your two. And the reason I'm putting them together is, to me, and you dive in if you disagree, they're more about the entire business of YouTube and how to use your niches and what you create to get income.
All the angles.
Yeah. So before we get off of Sunny, what do you like best about her? I feel like I just jumped off of Sunny too much. I mean, she's yours, and then we'll go through my five here.
I mean, just like what I said, just a lot of it is the authenticity. I think she tends to be pretty transparent in a lot of her videos about different things, and she doesn't only talk about those things. She'll go in and talk about like different life stuff and relate and be open about it. And I think that amount of vulnerability that she gives you, it just human nature. It makes you trust her a little bit more. You feel a little more connected, and I really love that aspect that she is willing to make herself vulnerable and open as a target to, the hate, the mean comments and all that stuff. But she is brave in the way that she puts it all out there just to follow her dream, to follow her goals. And I guess, that's like the woman power thing. Like,
well, if you're one of those people who's on Instagram, I highly suggest you check her out on Instagram too. All right, good stuff. I'm pulling up Vanessa. I didn't have Sunny available. I didn't pre-schedule it because she wasn't on my top 5 list. But Vanessa is on both of our lists.
Yes.
I love Vanessa Lau. So I just watched a video of hers today, about 2 weeks old. Well, I guess I can click on it and show you guys, right? Is it this one? How much? Yeah, here we go. How much she made. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. How much YouTube paid me for a viral video? 5+ million views. I don't know. Have you seen this video? Do you know which video?
I have not seen it. No.
Guess how much YouTube paid her? No, it's a 2-year-old video for 5.1 million views.
$10,000.
$28K.
Wow.
Guess how much she's made since that video went viral?
I have no idea.
Over $4 freaking million. And she really talks about how to make sure you take advantage of it, how to use it for an impetus for a business if you want. Not everybody's on YouTube to make a business, and that's not what this show's about by any means. But I do think there's a lot to be said for squeezing the marrow out of life, right? And having a good time and doing what you love, create what you love. I have a lot of young people in my life. I teach junior high and high school kiddos, and they know I'm a YouTuber and blah, blah, blah. So I get asked the question all the time. And I got 2 different kids, 2 young, one's a junior high boy and one's a high school boy, just this week alone. Well, I want to be some form of this question. Well, I want to be on a YouTube. I want to be a YouTuber, but I don't know what I want to create. Now, what I don't say directly to them is, but I want to. Yes, you don't want to be a YouTuber. You want to be famous, and this is the wrong way to do it. I don't know, whatever. If you don't, you got to create what you. Gary Vee said recently. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to steal it for the rest of my life because I love it. Create what you want to be known for.
Right.
I love Disney. I love the internet. I love YouTube. I love sports. I love my wife. That would be weird. I have a channel about my wife. That would be a little weird. But I want to create stuff about the things I love, and I want to share my passions, right? And I know you're supposed to niche down, and if I had to niche down, it'd be Disney, but I don't want to be 100% Disney. I mean, I like investing. I'm a Bitcoin lunatic. There's all kinds of stuff that I'm going to share. And is that the best way to grow? No. If this was a business, I'd be talking about one thing and I'd be niching down. I'm going to create things that I love, and I'm going to grow as I can. And Vanessa Lau really teaches you how to maximize the opportunities that are YouTube. So again, for instance, she talks about lead magnets and having an email list, and the great Pat Flynn, who we talked about last week. I love Pat Flynn. I got a shirt from Pat Flynn this week. I should be wearing it, but I'm wearing something we're going to be talking about later in the show's merch. But I think let's go back. I was going to talk about Pat Flynn there. Let's talk about Vanessa. I love how she speaks regular talk. Like she says, she's talking to millennials. She would say, I've heard her say, her at least original niche that she was going for were millennials who just graduated college and wanted to look for a full-time job or didn't want to look for a full-time job and how to maximize this opportunity that is YouTube. And I think that she's just so plain spoken. This is how you do it. She doesn't say it's easy. She doesn't say it's hard. She says, this is how you do it. And I mean, I know that she's on both of our lists. She's the only person that was on both of our lists. So I've talked a lot. What do you love about Vanessa?
I mean, just all this stuff that you said. And like, I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm a little biased because I am female, but I think the authenticity comes through there. And I don't know, just some of them have a way of like relating more to hearing that female voice and come through, and then like seeing another, you know, woman be successful, being a female, it feels like, okay, like I have a chance and there are ways to do it. And it's, I don't know. I feel like there's a stereotype for a lot of women that are successful on YouTube, and it's, you know, they're famous for things that I wouldn't want to be famous for, you know, like drama and, you know, just doing ridiculous makeup or having the big lips. Or
I blame the Kardashians.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of baloney, and it's annoying, and it's not like there's no value there to me. Obviously, there's value to some other people, but then not the kind of value I'm looking for in my life. So
Southern Medicine says, if you love what you do, it's not work. Hell, that one lady became a billionaire selling Spanx stretchy underwear. Opportunity exists everywhere. Yeah, she's a mogul now. And there is opportunity everywhere. And people who think there's not opportunity in YouTube anymore, there's tons, you know. It's work, but I do this for fun. I am having fun. I'm happy when it's YouTube payday. I'm happy when it's TubeBuddy payday. I get a little bit from TubeBuddy every month. It's not a lot, but I enjoy it. You know, it's a Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
And YouTube is more than that. I mean, I'm not asking anybody what they make, but I'm always happy when I get it. I mean, members and super chats and AdWords and all those things go to good, right? And all this stuff costs money. So for me, and it will be for a long time, a hobby that has an opportunity to make a little money. Somebody smarter than me once said, you need 3 opportunities: one to make you healthy, 5K runner, look at you, one to make you some money, and one to feed your creativity. And YouTube can be 2 of those 3 for me. I don't think it's going to make me healthier, but it could, I suppose.
Can give you a little bit of mental health and the friends and the connections that you made and stuff. So
back to Vanessa, I think you should definitely check her out. Helping content creators and coaches get visible and get paid. I love that. I think we're going to move on to the next one.
I already see a couple of videos I want to watch after this.
She's great. Yeah. She's great. Let me close this one out. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Boom. Hit that one. Now hit this one. Hang with me, people. I hit I had it all set up, and then I hit the wrong button there, and now I got all flustered. All right. The next one. So you're wearing a cool shirt. You want to show off your shirt one more time?
Always hungry.
I am also wearing a shirt, and I'm actually the one that's always hungry, so that's pretty funny. But live streamer, it's streamer. So this is from Luria from Live Streaming Pros. I'm a big fan of this channel. She's funny as heck. She's talented. She's brilliant. And if you're a live streamer, and what we're doing is live streaming right now, you must be watching her channel. Live Streaming Pros has been someone that I've been watching for quite some time. I don't know what happened there between her and David. I guess it wasn't positive, but I still follow David Foster and I follow Luria, and I don't have to pick. I like them both. But they are great content creators, and this is about Luria tonight. Live Streaming Pros. I think that she makes it fun. She makes it easy, and she's insanely consistent. She's on all the time, and she's everywhere, and she knows everybody in the community. I'm a big fan of the Live Streaming Pros website. I've done quite a bit of their stuff. I've gone through quite a bit of their stuff, and most of it I haven't implemented as much as I need to. But if you want to be on the streaming side of it, Luria is the place to go. Are you aware of Luria and or Live Streaming Pros?
No, I'm actually looking at our channel right now.
So most people who see me live see me wearing the shirt because I like to try to wear the same thing. I don't always because it gets dirty. And I got to be honest, this one's pretty comfy. I'm going to probably buy another one. But, I will wear the same thing a lot. I'll have it just for my streaming and I'll throw it on. Or if
Yeah.
I think I might video, I'll wear it out, which is hard in Texas because this is a sweatshirt and it gets hot. So this one will be going away for a few months because it's a sweatshirt. But it's their merch, and I'm a big fan of Luria and their stuff. They have great live streams. Highly suggest you check her out if live streaming is one of the ways you want to go.
Now, does she talk about the different platforms to stream on and the pros and cons and all of that for people that are thinking about starting up live streaming?
She does, and she talks about the tech side of it. She's very techy. What equipment you need, from the lighting to the cameras to all of it. They have some products, like what you're looking at. So we're using StreamYard for this live stream, and I think they do too. But how do I say it? The overlay that I'm using, it's actually from D. Nimmin, who we mentioned last week. But Luria has a lot of the overlays that they sell too and stuff like that. Did I answer your question? Oh yeah, she talks about it all. Anything and everything you need. I discovered them when the pandemic first hit. TubeBuddy. Again, you can check out TubeBuddy's sale. Look in the chat. It's at the top. It's a great deal. But when they had their pandemic 24-hour live stream, that's when I discovered Live Streaming Pros. Actually, my good buddy Bill from Magic the Mouse Radio, you should check out his Disney radio channel. Regardless, he was a big fan of them, told me about them, and then I saw her and David both on that stream and just really have enjoyed their content, and I'm better for watching that. Anything you want to say on that before we move to the next one?
Just that I'm looking forward to checking her out. I just subscribed so that I can remember to check out that content because and we can all get better at anything that we're doing, and any little help like that from the pros. And
absolutely. All right, moving on because the clock is still ticking. Tips with Trina Little. So the first time I discovered her is also through TubeBuddy. Hey, Earth Central, I'm glad you're back. TubeBuddy will often have guest hosts on their live stream. I've seen Trina Little do it maybe 2, even 3 times, I think, where I've been lucky enough to either be working from home or whatever. I mean, because they usually do them in the weekdays. Right. She is very organized. She's way more organized than I am, and way more organized than I could even. Frankly, she's more organized than I even want to be. Like, if you are one of those people who needs a system, who needs a plan, Tips with Trina is the channel for you. And she's just enjoyable. She seems really fun. I mean, on camera, she's very fun. She really does talk about being a female creator. And while I don't like to segment people into boy, girl, black, white, yellow. Yeah. I don't like that in general.
Right.
She made it more real to me when I heard her talking. They had a panel of 4 or 5 ladies, and she talked about some of the things that are real. I mean, real for you, real for her, and how it is different. I mean, let's be real. I can walk on it and show up, and I'm this ugly every day. It doesn't bug me. But you guys do something different, right? And so I think anyone would love Tips with Trina. But if you're a female creator, you definitely need to be following Tips with Trina. Now, that is not to say if you're a male creator, you shouldn't be watching her. But I do think there was an extra level of stuff that I thought, oof, I got 2 daughters that are hoping that play around with possibly being a creator. Right. And she's just great. And it's not a male female thing. It's just, she's brilliant. And again, very all about having a plan. I mean, it says right there, helping you organize, plan, and create video content. Her least planned out day would be my most planned out day. So is this name new to you? Yeah, it is. But also I'm looking forward to checking her out too. Looks like she's got some good topics, and I love her thumbnails. Her thumbnail game is awesome. Really need to step it up around here. 7 months ago, right there on her screen there, it says how to start a YouTube channel in 2020 beginner's guide. She needs to update the title, make it 2021, but 3.7 thousand views. She's got how to get your first 10,000 YouTube views. Do this every week to grow your YouTube channel. I mean, this is stuff that anyone could watch and anybody could gain from. I wonder how long ago she started her channel. Let's see. Oh, I just clicked it off of that, but let me see. It says she joined in 2016, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's when she started. Well, she's great. I think you're going to love her, and I'm going to move on to the next one. Sure. Have you heard of the Content Bug? She's Catherine Manning. That's her actual name. She used to go as the Content Bug. Her channel was that when I first started watching. Now it's the name of her website still. She is brilliant. Here, she should be popping up now. There it is. You see it? There we go. Okay, there it goes. Boy, all my buttons are not working today. Helping you organize, plan, and that's Trina. See ya. Bye, Trina. All right. Catherine, how to make YouTube your full-time job, actual steps to follow, and advice from a full-time YouTuber. 5 days ago, 39,000 views. My most watched video is a little bit less than that, and she did it in 5 days. She's great. She is high level, professional, great information. Again, I've seen her on some TubeBuddy stuff. I think it was TubeBuddy stuff. I don't want to be wrong on that, but I'm a huge fan of Catherine's stuff. Let's go through her channel again, talk about some more things. But if you want to know how to do what it is we're trying to do here, Catherine is definitely gonna be one of the go-tos. The logistics of making YouTube videos, how to create thumbnails, the legal side of being an influencer. By the way, there's some tax news coming out. We'll probably be talking about taxes next week, unfortunately. I saw some information today. Lots of good stuff. How to start your YouTube channel, I just said. If you're starting a YouTube channel in 2021, really, really good stuff. Again, used to be called The Content Bug. Almost 400,000 subscribers. Channel started in 2017. Over 14 million views. I don't know, to say that she's been around for a long time, knowing it's only been 2016 seems funny, but she was one of the first people that I found in the how to grow on YouTube niche. And I think I also had her on Instagram fairly early. Big fan. Any thoughts on any of this?
I think that it seems like a lot of them are offering, I mean, other than the live stream one, a lot of the similar content, but that's what we're talking about, is creating and then different, different delivery sources. It's just kind of like, there's different flavor for everybody. And they all offer a little bit of different information, different aspects, different angles. So, I mean,
yeah, you make a really good point. I think that on Nick's stream the other day, they were talking about that. Might have been yesterday. He had Roberto on, and Roberto Blake, and I think it was Benji talking about it. Benji Travis. Regardless of whoever it was, they were talking about how a lot of them are creating content over and over again that's kind of the same, and each of them are kind of doing it different. But it's going to come down to your personality, right? Like, maybe you're going to connect with Catherine's way of teaching. Maybe you're going to connect with D. Nimmin's way of teaching, or David Foster or Luria for the live streaming pros, or it's just, it's not it's not what happened. The United States beat Germany in World War II. It's the great teacher that makes you excited about it, right?
Right.
So if you connect with Pat Flynn, stick with Pat Flynn. If you connect with, Shelly Saves the Day. I mean, whoever it is, exactly. So I think it's an interesting point, and it's right on the money. But if the titles are the same and the topics the same, watch a couple of them and find he or she, the person that, hey, Triple P, who connects, who not connects with you, who teaches you something or makes you comfortable, or I don't know,
excites you about the topic that you're watching. Like anybody can, like 20 people can say the same thing, but it's about the delivery and the way that you say the things. And so it's just about, getting you excited and finding that extra drive that helps you do the things that you want to do.
Amen. Exactly. Now, Triple P pops in and says, and Japan. I was just making fun of you for working on Saturday morning. I'm pretty sure it was, oh, Japan. It was a World War II joke, wasn't it? It was a World War II joke.
Yeah.
So it's hard to be funny and be historical. Hysterical and historical aren't generally that close, except for in the dictionary. Anyway, Triple P is Josh. We were talking about him. He is the other half of Coffee and Contemplation, which is every other Saturday, but just go there every Saturday like I do. And if they're not there, just hang out. Hey, Sherry from Austin Sunset Travels. Hope you're having a great one. Anyway, okay, anything else about Catherine Manning before we move on to Shelly Saves the Day?
Let's see how she saves the day.
Okay. Now, to be fully transparent here, Shelly's we're double dipping on Shelly because we talked about her last week. Shelly was the only female who made the list last week. Not on purpose. I wasn't trying to have it only male, only female. It's just the way it turned out. And the reason we are having this show tonight actually is we had that discussion. Pass holder pair, thank you so much. Val only allows me to follow her and Lynn.
I'm okay with that.
As females on social media. I guess that makes them top two for me. She's giving me a dirty look. Right. I love that. You're cracked up. I love Mike and Val. Mike and Val, thank you so much. Val?
Thank you.
Can he follow my wife on Instagram. She doesn't have her own YouTube channel. She does, but there's no content on there. But whatever. But love you guys. Thanks for the super chat. $5 super chat from my friends Paso the Pair. They're hilarious. They sent me some baseball cards. I haven't even showed that on the. Where do they go? I gotta show those. I'll do a live stream and show those off here soon. But pretty cool ones too. Anyway, welcome in. Thanks for the super chat. I am not clicking the right buttons tonight. All right. Last but not least, we talked about her last week. I love this channel, Shelly Saves the Day. She's actually got a few channels. You can see right there. Tech Explained Simply, video editing made easy. I've seen a lot of her live streams, and I said this last week. I'll say it this week. If you watched last week, you're going to hear exactly what I said last week right now. I'm amazed at how few people are sometimes in her live streams, and I'm saying that to you so you understand there's an opportunity there. You can go in there and have a conversation with her and learn directly from her. And it doesn't make any sense because she got almost 40,000 subscribers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I don't quite understand it, but it's like 3 in a row.
Yeah, 170 views, 148, 208.
Crazy.
71.
Triple P says he's editing a non-Disney vlog for another channel. Is it for me? Cool. Oh, you have a good night, buddy. That's why I'm catching. I appreciate you popping in. A long time no see. I hope you're having a great holiday weekend. Memorial Day. I hope you're all doing something fun and safe and having a good time. Anyway, so Shelly Saves Today is a great channel. Let's look at some of her content like Lynn was just doing. Click on the videos tab.
That's crazy to me because
I
mean, I'm only at 2,000, subscribers, and that's around the numbers that I get in a live stream, slightly more.
I don't understand it. I really don't. But I mean, she's got great content. So edit faster in Final Cut Pro, which I need because I haven't used Final Cut Pro, but I have it. When to switch niches. I haven't checked that one out yet, but I will. I'm not going to switch niches, but I'm probably broadening mine, which is probably backwards.
That's block words on my plan too.
There you go. Block words on YouTube, how to deal with online haters, a lot of stuff for vertical video. I think she had a whole channel for vertical video, making money from day one on YouTube. She's definitely one of those that I'm attracted to, the entrepreneurial type of creators. Hey, Bloom and Cheese, what's going on, my man? I'm attracted to the people who are entrepreneurial. I apologize for repeating myself, but that's the kind of person that I like best to learn from, to hear from. And I put her in that category. I don't know if she would. She's very techie. I mean, there's a bunch of other ones that are out there. Sarah Dieschy, I didn't put her on the list here because she's kind of vlogs, doesn't really do content about how to be a YouTuber, but does great tech content. And she used to be a New Yorker. You'd see her on Casey Neistat stuff sometimes. She now lives in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So Sarah Dieschy rhymes with Peachy. I love you. I like to do a vlog with you or just hang out or take a selfie with you, whatever. Anyway, but there's so many that could have made this list. I almost feel bad I made it 5, not because there's not a bunch of names, because last week we went for like 47 hours, it felt like, and I felt bad at the end. I felt like the last 5 I threw together in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, just skipping over them, just mentioning them. But then I'm still mentioning them, and then, there's a list, and then you can go on your own time and check out which ones and watch a couple of videos from each one and see which one, you like and what one you want to watch more content from. So it's just about, discovering new favorite YouTubers that can help you on your journey. So
you want a bonus? You want a bonus one?
Sure.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Shailene Johnson. Now I like her for a couple of reasons. Pat Flynn. Okay.
Cool
I
name.
knew her. I followed her. I liked her. Pat Flynn brought her on a live stream and she was great. And then I learned that she lives right by where I used to live, on a little cute little beach town in Southern California. I won't bother with that, but I don't know why I like that, but I like that. Southern California people remind me of where I used to live, but she is very entrepreneurial. Like I just mentioned, Shailene Johnson, hilarious on I think kind of a TikTok kind of Instagram. And normally I'm not a big fan of that, but she's just fun and funny and brilliant. And I mean, she's crushing it. So anyway, here it is, May 26th through 27th, live virtual event. She's promoting Crush Your Goals in 2019. Goal setting is still on the front of her page. That surprises me.
I was just going to say that.
I think this is her secondary channel. That's why.
Okay.
This is microblading her eyebrows and how to declutter your bathroom counter. I mean, she's doing good. How many subscribers does she have on this one? This 113. Is 113 on her secondary channel. Wow, that's amazing. Anyway, just look up Shailene Johnson, and there's all kinds of great business content, creator content, huge on Instagram. I can't go on Instagram and not see one of the ads for her too. And it's about, how does it go? You need 10,000 followers on Instagram for the swipe up feature. No, you don't. And she teaches you how and all that kind of stuff. So if you like the financial side of it, Shailene Johnson is definitely for you. If you like crazy lady from Southern California dancing, she's for you. I really like her. She's definitely one I'd love to get a selfie with and just say thanks for the positivity. That's my
awesome.
list. That's my list, and I'm sticking to it. I think it's a good list. I think you said earlier, Lynn, and I'm going to shut up here in a minute and let you comment, but it doesn't matter which one you pick. Even if you just picked one and you dove down into her in this case, or he if you go with last week's content, it's a free education. It's like having a free mentor. I mean, what's better than that?
Well, and that's kind of the awesome thing about YouTube is that, you know, it's free for us to consume as much or as little as we want about whatever it is that we want to. And we're not paying for it, but YouTube is paying them. And the way that we pay them is by, you know, thumbs up and subscribing and watching the video. And that's, you know, the beautiful thing about the whole YouTube world is that it's all at our fingertips and we get to pick and choose which ones we want. And if you don't like it, then you just click off and move on to the next one.
Exactly. There's always somebody else there. Yeah, totally true. Southern Medicine says, I've watched creators at the same event, Disney event. Adam the Woo, Danny702, I don't even know who that is. Resort TV One, the Tim Tracker, they all have a different approach, even if they're 2 feet away from each other. Yeah, you know, Lynn and I are both in the Disney niche. Lynn, you're there all the time, or a lot more than me at least, because you're more local than me by many, many miles. But that's what a good point, right? Like you can be with Prince Charming Dev or with the Tim Tracker or with Resort TV One, and they not only do they create, their personalities are different, they create different, and you know, just all of it. It's kind of proof, and it's kind of exciting that you have an audience waiting for you to let them discover you, you know, whoever you are.
Yeah, the personality, and then the person itself, like the person that is creating it, what they choose to show, how they show it, how they film it, how they edit it, all those things. So, you know, and just even their perception of the experience in general is going to be different than person 2 feet away, just like Southern Medicine said it. So it's really neat, and you find those people that you connect with more, that you like more than the others. And you know, there's a large number of people on that, you know, top tier list where I'm like, like I'm good. I don't really, I'm over the sort of way that they're showing something because I, you know, feel like it's driven by something other than another thing and not getting value out of it. Well, there's someone else out there that will show me what I want to see and I'll get value from that. So
Sherry says each person is going to have a different opinion on everything also. I mean, that's a good point too. And I think that's a good thing. I think the point of this show and our last episode is that there's tools out there for you. You don't need to pay for somebody's course. Not that you shouldn't, not that I'm trying to talk you out of a course. I mean, basically what is a course? It's taking a whole bunch of content, putting it together, making it easy for you to find. So you're kind of paying. Well, some people are going to give you more and different content in a paid course, but often they're just putting it all together for you. It's like buying the book, right? And there's value in that. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. I have not, but I probably will someday do those kinds of things. But there's so much out there. You don't need a $1 million camera. You don't need 20 years of videography school. You don't need anything but YouTube and a voice and willingness to share your voice. And I think it's still one of the great opportunities ever. I think that to be creative, to have a fun outlet, to make friends, maybe even make some dollars if that's your goal. YouTube is still out there for you. We've done the guys. We did, not that it was trying to be the guys last week, but it was. And we did the girls. Who stands out the most to you, who's helped you, whether they know it or not? He or she or they have done the most to help you become the creator you are so far?
I would say out of that list that Sean Cannell, the Think Media, is probably my number one. And I say that pretty easily because I just remember that was a recurring face, the recurring videos, that would pop up in my feed when I Googled some, like, search something. And I didn't really have to look much further than that. And then if I clicked on a video from someone else, from a different creator on the same topic afterwards, they had just repeated what he said, but I liked how Sean said it better. It was more passionate and fun and straight to the point and kind of cut through the crap.
She's talking about Sean Cannell from Think Media. We talked about him and Benji a little bit last week. His video about, I think it posted today, about taxes is the one I was referring to. So if you haven't seen it yet, check it out. I'll be watching it and probably regurgitating some of it over the next week too, because I agree he's at the very, very top of the top. I think there's a whole bunch of them. For me, it's probably Roberto Blake, Pat Flynn, and Nick Nimmin. I mean, and I know I said one and I just gave you three, but it really kind of depends on where I'm at that day, and what you need. I mean, if I need something for mobile, it's D Nimmin. If I need something entrepreneurial, it's going to be Pat Flynn. If I need something, all these things. Daryl Eves. I mean, how do I not mention Daryl Eves? I love Daryl Eves. I do. So point of this last 2 weeks is just be you and know that there's enough information out there for you to create and be anything you want. Anything else you want to say on that? Think Media and D Nimmin. Yeah, exactly. Anything else you want to share on that before we talk about a little bit of YouTube news, and then we'll probably close up for the night?
No, I think you said enough.
in YouTube news, the analytics have been jacked up. I don't know if you've looked at your analytics the last few days, but people are talking about comments disappearing. Like you can look like in the Creator Studio, you'll see their comments, but when you go to actually reply, they disappear. People's subscriber numbers are all jacked up. It has been a mess. Now, I think it was on Rob Balasabas's Instagram. I think I saw it just tonight that YouTube is saying that they fixed it. But if you've been one of those people who's diving into your analytics all the time and it's a mess, A, don't freak out. But B, it's been on YouTube's end, and it's been a mess. Have you been seeing anything on your end? I've seen the comments, but not to the same level that lots of other people have been reporting. I don't know that I would have noticed it had they not mentioned it, but then I looked and I'm like, oh yeah, I can see him here and I can't see him there. That was weird.
I did notice that the other day. There was one comment that I got a push notification from my YouTube studio. And then I clicked on it and there was nothing there.
Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, but that was the only thing that I really noticed. But then again, I'll speak for me personally. I'm not on that grander scale of getting that many, flooding comments in or anything like that. So there's some here and there, but not boatloads.
Jackie says I write my comments in invisible ink. Well, that would do it. That would be a problem. Well, and that stinks. Like I try to keep up on my comments. I mean, I don't get that many that's that hard, but I would stink to have somebody think we're just ignoring them, right? So I hope they get that fixed. This is kind of a funny one, and I probably could have made this the title and put OnlyFans in the title and got more people to come watch the show. And if you don't know what OnlyFans is, either do I swear. Fan House, an OnlyFans-esque platform for safe for work content, raises 1.3 million. I've read articles about some not safe for work creators going over to that platform as a Patreon alternative and other things like that. I've seen articles about it. And then this article popped up. Fan House is attempting to have a OnlyFans type platform for people like us who keep our clothes on. So I'm intrigued. I'm not going to lie. And I'll just read a little bit of the article. I thought it would be
curious just to hear what the heck it is.
I think if I want to do a video on it, I would get a bunch of views because I could put OnlyFans in my title. But Fan House, a fledgling OnlyFans-esque platform whose aim is to help creators monetize their fan communities with safe for work content, has raised 1.3 million in seed funding. The round was led by a bunch of people who have names that nobody cares about. In a Twitter thread, the company noted that women comprise 30% of its capitalization table, including creator economy leader, some guy, finance, who cares, all these other people. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to read the whole article. Point is, there's even more opportunities for people to monetize their content. I think, hey, Tim, what's going on, buddy? Long time no see. I hope you're having a great day. Good to see your name in chat. I think that more and more and more opportunities for people to sell their merch or to let people bless them with, some funds. There's more and more out there. What's your favorite? Like you were on Patreon for like a hot minute, and then you bailed on that, and I think you left that because you got membership on the channel. What's your favorite place, and more importantly, why?
I was so eager to get memberships because I just feel like there's more immediate gratification for the member, for
Well, they don't have to leave the platform, right? You're a
right.
YouTuber.
And there's recognition in chat and an easier way of communicating. You don't have to go and check the Patreon to check and see if there's messages on the message board. You can do everything right from YouTube, which is where for me anyways, my main platform is. I use Instagram very much hand in hand with YouTube, but the crossover isn't even close to what I thought it would be. Going into this, I have
they're not silos, but they're pretty close. I mean, they're pretty separated.
But there's like a lot of people that I have in my Instagram community that are, like my Instagram friends and acquaintances that I talk to and that are not involved in my YouTube side of it at all, which is kind of funny to me because the reason I started the Instagram was to, cross those two bridges together
and connect with your friends and fans too. I mean, we talked about that.
Right, exactly. And but it's a pretty cool thing. I like how it's all worked out, and I'm gonna keep continuing it. Now Facebook, I just can't. I don't understand it. I can't do it, and everyone keeps trying to get me over there.
Yeah.
And I think that there would be a fair amount of success doing that, because so many people are on Facebook, and mainly I would say it's the 30 and ups, mostly 40 and ups even, but I don't know. I don't get it.
Here for a Moment says it, and they're right on the money. It seems really tough to get people to cross over for us. I think creators often will be on a platform and attempt to bring people over to another platform. Doesn't happen as much as we want to believe it does.
Yeah.
People are on Facebook because they're on Facebook. I'm not a big fan of Facebook. I am on Facebook a little bit. I probably will try to be on there more. My buddy Pete McDevitt has had some success with it, but he's the only person that in my little niche of friends that really has, in my opinion.
Bill Magic of the Mouse TV, he has like 10,000 people in his little Facebook community. So
well, and they didn't come over to his YouTube channel, but they are going to his radio station. So that's interesting too. Triple P, so double P now. Passholder Pear says, where did it go? I was thinking about starting a channel where I review horror movies and then pair a whiskey with it. I like that. There are two things I love and are hobbies of mine: horror movie watching and bourbon collecting. So I'm not a big drinker and I like bourbon, but I do like bourbon. Horror movies, I'd be interested in which ones. Favorite horror movie, Lynn, go.
I don't like horror movies.
That doesn't surprise me.
I don't like them at all.
I don't really think I liked Blair Witch. I'll go with Blair Witch.
Oh, yes. I just don't like being scared. I would so much rather a drama or something like that.
Most horror movies,
documentary.
I like documentaries too. Most horror movies I laugh at more than, but Blair Witch was stressful.
Yeah.
Sherry mentions I really like Daniel Patel. Yeah, we mentioned him last week. I love that. It seems here for a moment we talked about that. Yep. Earth Central said he had to go cover some tornadoes. Yeah, we're having some tornadoes to the west of us. I had success with Parler before Amazon cut them off. I've heard Parler's back up and running. I don't know that. That's funny. I haven't thought about them in a while, but I heard they're back up and running. I wouldn't swear to that. I'm not really sure. Paranormal Activity. So I liked the original. I didn't like any of the others. I mean, it was the same movie, really, kind of. So, but Paranormal Activity is pretty good. All right, anything else, Lynn? We're just kind of getting off on a tangent, having some fun now. Yeah. We're 48 minutes in, so I think the list of 5, which I turned into 7, was better than the list of 10 that we turned into 13. Because last week or last time went just too long.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Anything you want to add?
I think that it's good, and like just to reiterate what we said earlier, it just gives you an opportunity to discover more people that might give you a different delivery source of the information that you're looking for. And, it's Baskin Robbins. You got, more than 32 million flavors out there. And you just can find the one that you like the most and stick with that or pop around and have a couple. I like to pick different people's brains, because you can kind of get, a little nugget of gold from each of them, and then mash that together and find your own jam and make it your own. So,
yeah. Well, and even we talked about, so for me, it's not only the voice and the creator and how he or she coaches, but it's also how they're delivering the content. So like Luria and Nick are live streams. Mm-hmm. Nick is also videos, and a lot of the other ones will do live streams and videos, and some of them are just videos. So, do you want to sit in on a live stream? Do you want to sit in on a video? Do you want to do both? It just depends.
Yeah.
Earth Central says, where did it go? Also, apparently tornadoes sell on YouTube, as the videos I post involving tornadoes tend to have a higher CP. Oh, nice. I believe that. I mean, tornadoes go viral a lot, and they're fun. They're beautiful to look at as long as nobody dies, right? What do y'all do if you feel like you have hit a brick wall on a platform? Well, so that's a great question.
That is a great question.
Tell me more here for a moment. What do you mean? Are you thinking about quitting a platform? Because here's what I would say. And if I'm reading the question right, let me know. If I'm reading it wrong, please give me more. And then I want to hear from you, Lynn. I think the Gary V mode of being everywhere is not real. It's not realistic. No one can do it, and nor should they. Your return on investment is going to be different. So I'm a big 80-20 guy, right? So, I'm a YouTuber who is on other social media platforms. That's how I define my content creation.
Right.
I like the YouTube platform the best. I'm not married to it. They do things that I don't like, I can bounce somewhere else, but I am putting most of my eggs in the YouTube basket. Am I putting all my eggs in the YouTube basket? No, I'm not. I like my audience. The goal, of course, would be to have my audience follow me to whatever platform I was on. And people will do that. People, when you get big enough, they're going to follow you wherever you go to some percentage. If you're not enjoying the experience, if you're not feeling there's a good enough return on investment, I would say, why go there? I mean, I don't like Twitter. I don't like Facebook. I'm on them both. I don't post to either very often.
Right.
Is it in my best interest to put the same amount of time I put into YouTube and Twitter? Of course not. So that's a long way of saying it's a very individual answer. Let me see what they responded, and then I'll ask you your thoughts. Not quitting, just focusing more on YouTube. Instagram is not giving us any momentum lately over the past 6 months. I don't think there's any reason for anybody to be on a platform that's not returning the value that you want, whether that's personal value or monetary value, or however you find that. What do you
value for your time in general, just like the amount of time that you're putting into it? That's the return on investment. I
mean, none of us are on MySpace anymore. You know why? Because none of us are on MySpace anymore.
I wonder if my MySpace page is still out there somewhere. I don't remember who
How
my
many
top
of you are
8
clicking
were.
over to? Well,
you wouldn't even know what it would be. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't find it.
I know what it would be, but I'm not.
Maybe her name is. Guys, her last name is Project.
It is. Don't tell anybody else. Secret.
What are your thoughts on this question? I mean, when should you say enough is enough, or should you?
I would say, in my opinion, maybe take a break from it. Just don't necessarily quit it altogether, but if it's not been giving you any momentum for 6 months, maybe take a month or 2 off from it completely and focus that energy that you're taking away from not doing that thing, Instagram, and spend it on something else that you want to try and see if that gives you some momentum, and the momentum that you're looking for, even a little bit more, that, like Jeff said, the return on investment. And there's countless different opportunities out there for you to try and see what might work. If Instagram isn't it, then maybe that's not it. But
to me, it's the value proposition of my time, to get a little nerdy. If you're a veteran of the show, you might have heard me say this. If you're Lynn, I know you've heard me say this. I think that everything's about how much is worth my time. Like people always ask me stuff about what I watch, or not always. I get that question a lot. I watch a lot less content within our community than anyone can imagine. I watch a lot of YouTube. I'm watching Kara and Nate like crazy right now. Kara and Nate are travel vloggers. Love them. They're not Disney. They're not Disney at all. I watch a lot of Nick Nimmin. I watch a lot of Sean Cannell and Think Media and all that. The people that we've been talking about these last two shows, that's who I watch. And so, and I have a full-time job. I've said this a lot. I have a full-time job. I've got 4 daughters. I've got a bunch of grandkids now. I've got hobbies that have nothing to do with this. I've got a wife that I like to hang out with quite a bit. It's a value proposition on how much time I put into Twitter or Facebook.
Right.
And that's how much joy I'm getting out of it and how much value I'm getting out of it. And if I'm getting joy creating a live stream, if I'm getting joy creating a video, editing a video, I'm even trying to do stuff with Bill and his radio station. I never get it to him because I don't have time. I like, and I won't stop doing things that I like doing. And Twitter just sucks my soul right now. I try so hard to delete off of my Twitter all the wear a mask in the car, scream at everybody because you disagree with me. I'm sorry if that makes anybody mad, but no, I'm not. I really don't care. I don't need to go to Twitter to be berated with some 12-year-old who's never lived in the real world telling me why they're smarter than their mom and grandma and grandpa. I can't handle the stupidity. And have I deleted my Twitter? No. Do I find value in my Twitter? No. I should delete my Twitter because it makes me want to punch everyone in the face who's in line to vote. And I'm sorry I said that out loud. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to punch anybody. Don't worry. I don't care if you vote wrong. Feel free to continue to vote wrong. But I'm telling you that because it drives me that crazy.
Right.
So therefore you don't see me over there very much.
Yeah.
People send me direct messages on Twitter, and once a month I'll say, oh, I thought you were ignoring me. I'm not on Twitter,
Right.
So, but I am. So I don't know. The long way of saying that is go where you like it. Go where you get value. And anyway.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add
100%.
to that?
I agree. And that's, so for me personally, like I said, like that's great what Mike said. They call it outside. Yeah.
On the outside looking in.
But yeah, it's just, if it's not working for you, don't do it. It's that simple. Just, I mean, I think 6 months, you gave it a fair shot. And if it's not bringing any positive aspect to your life, then drop it, find something else, move on. You know what I mean? That's like Jeff said, you're not married to it. For me, I feel the same way. I'm like 80-20. I look at myself as the YouTube is my main platform, and then everything else is kind of the branches of that tree. And, my main branch that, holds the tire swing is going to be Instagram. And then everything else is just kind of,
yeah,
the tornado can take that away.
Well, and Sherry mentioned, she uses Twitter for one reason, and I'll do that too. I'll use some social medias for different things. So I use Instagram for sports. I get a lot of people I follow.
Yeah.
Just funny sports videos and stuff. And why am I on Facebook? Honestly, it's mostly about work. I run a nonprofit. We have a resale shop, and a lot of the resale shop messages come on Facebook. Why? Because a lot of blue hair people shop at my store. It is what it is. So use them for what they are for you, I guess, is what I'm saying. But anyway, for Video Edit Man says, thanks for the stream. No, thank you for being here. I think that's a good place to close up. What do you want them to know about what you got coming up on your channel, or anything we missed out on tonight, or anything at all? Anything at all?
I'm not exactly sure what I have coming up right now. I have a couple videos in the docket to edit. I'm going to try to work on that this week. And just if you're subscribed, or if you feel like subscribing, Fill-In Project on YouTube, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified, because I don't know when I'm going to put up a video right now. It happens when it happens, and probably go to the Character Warehouse the next week or so and check that out and drop a Benjamin there or something. I don't know.
Which is why you need to be subscribed with the notifications on, so when she does post, you can find out. Thank you, Here for a Moment. And by the way, Here for a Moment's got some great content, guys. Check them out if you haven't already. Great Disney stuff. I'm a big fan of them on Instagram and on YouTube. Anyway, guys, thank you. I hope you're having a great 3-day weekend. I hope you've had fun the first 2 days. I hope you got tomorrow off and do something fun and safe with people you want to be with. I hope this weekly show talks somebody into creating who wanted to and hasn't yet, or gives them a little more confidence, or gives them, maybe a tool that they didn't have before.
Absolutely.
I think that everybody has a voice, and I think this medium, this tool being YouTube, It's the best ever for getting your voice out there. And I think we should all be taking advantage of it. And for whatever you want, if you want to be Mr. or Mrs. Negative, please ignore what I just said and break your computer and don't put the negative out there. But if you want to put positive out there, you want to crush life, if you want to share joy, if you want to, whatever. I mean, this is the best place to be. And that's why we do this.
Yeah, 100%. That's definitely my journey. It's been pretty amazing. And then, years down the road, you can always look back and see how far you've come and watch your transitions through life and
transitions in your editing.
Yeah. And editing your thumbnails, where you were in life and, how you grew as a person or just all the stuff. It's really cool.
There's what I like about Facebook, not to put too fine of a point on it, but this is how much I don't like Facebook, to be honest. But here's my favorite thing about Facebook. I pop on there and it'll show me a picture from like 10 years ago where I was. Yeah. And today's was my daughter, who is about to turn 17. Her birthday is in June. She's going to be 17. She's my youngest. She was a tiny little girl. Yeah. And we were out geocaching. Lynn, do you know what geocaching is?
It's hunting for stones.
Oh, close enough. Kind of. Anyway, we'll go with that. Not really. They're not stones, but that's okay. But she found one.
Geodes.
Geo. Oh, I like geo. I've got a geode right there. See, but another one of my hobbies that you guys don't know about. But anyway, it was just 12 years ago, and cute little Reagan was the one who found a geocache. We took a picture, and I don't know. That's for me as a grandpa, as a 51-year-old man, as a guy who has had a great life and is continuing to have a great life. I can't wait to be that guy on the couch in 20 years, 71 years old, looking back at what we were doing together on a Sunday night or going to Disneyland or whatever. I think it's kind of a record of life too, which it's kind of cool.
It's like amped up Facebook time hops.
Right? Exactly. Val and I really love and value both. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
We look forward to watching and interact with you in chat. We love the community. And thank you again for that super chat from earlier. Tim says good night. Guys, I wish I could stay, but no problem. We're heading out anyway. See you soon. Thank you. Great job, says Sherry. Guys, everybody who was here from the first moment to the last moment, if you're watching on Team Replay, hashtag Team Replay in the comments. If you watch for 1 minute or the whole time, I appreciate you, Lynn. Appreciate you. Stick around for a minute, and I'll tell you how awesome you are off the stream. Anything you want to say to them before we say goodnight?
Remember, every day is a countdown to Disney.
Have fun storming the castle, unless you really want to storm the castle, and then back off, people. That's crazy. All right, love you all. Have the best day ever. Have a great 3-day weekend.
Bye.
See ya.